Douglas County Commissioners voted unanimously this week to condemn the red flag bill currently proposed in the legislature. Douglas County Sheriff Tony Spurlock, a key supporter of the bill, said the resolution means nothing, that it is unlikely the commissioners would take funding away from his office because he was enforcing the law. Joey, I got to admit here, this was mind-boggling to me. I realize that there's counties out there with sheriff support that want to take a stance on this bill. We've seen, I think, 12 counties so far. For so much dirty laundry to be exposed here between commissioners and a sitting sheriff in a major metro area county was surprising to me, to say the least. Your reaction, and maybe a reaction you've seen from other political forces?
Posturing in politics, it's always the same with guns. You know, there's a big difference between policy and public safety and politics and public safety. We saw the red flag bill introduced last year, and it cost Cole Wist, an up-and-coming Republican who considered running for Attorney General. It cost him his seat in the legislature. You know, it's a tough. Guns are going to divide this country, no matter where it is, if it's Douglas County or if it's D.C. And I don't know what the answer is. I don't know how we move forward with an honest discussion on this issue, as long as both sides have got their heels dug in. Will it affect the sheriff? I don't think so. You know, it's all big talk and it blows over. But then again, we have elections. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't have a good answer.
I join you not having a good answer. Let's go to a good answer for Eric. Eric, you see a county commissioner group who vote unanimously to condemn this bill, and really, not so subtly, say if their sheriff has the temerity of upholding the law of the land, which they have every right to disagree with, but if he's doing his job, they're going to take away funding. That seems like a crazy thing to get exposed in the light of all this. It may just seem like idle threats, but at the very least, odd to me. What was your reaction?
Well, what makes it even more odd to me, Dominic, is it's all happening within one party. This is not a war between a Democratic sheriff and a Republican county commissioners or vice versa. This is all a fight within the Republican Party. To Joey's point, I partially agree. Yes, guns are this issue, and I don't know how we reconcile it, that divide this country. But what we are seeing in this case in Douglas County is it's not just the blue-red divide of the country. This is a red-red divide of Douglas County. Don't forget, it's Douglas County that was largely the genesis of this red flag bill due to the shooting a year, maybe going on 2 years ago now, of Officer Zach Parrish. And then a couple other officers, one in Colorado Springs, one up in Adams County, in rather short order thereafter. So Douglas County has a particular almost ownership of this bill. Yes, Cole Wist largely lost his seat, Representative Cole Wist, because of this bill a year ago, but it wasn't that the Democrats and the pro-gun groups went and got a Republican legislator. It was that the hard right, the Dudley Brown, the Rocky Mountain gun owners, engaged in more political holy war, which is why the Republicans are in the position in Colorado in which they are.
Megan, has your editorial board taken a position on the red flag bill as it currently sits?
Yeah, we supported it completely, and we praised Sheriff Tony Spurlock for his bravery being a Republican supporting this bill. I've read the reports that came out after that shooting of Zachary Parrish, and that deputy he did everything right, and it still ended wrong. And for Spurlock to say this is a bill that could have made a difference and I'm going to support it despite the fact that my own county commissioner is going to turn against me for this, I think is really brave. And I interpret Cole Wist losing his seat entirely different. I think that what happened there was he got taken out by the Trump wave, just like a whole bunch of people who were supported by the Rocky Mountain gun owners got taken out, including Tim Neville himself. And other candidates that the Rocky Mountain gun owners did support. So, I can't say that Cole Wist lost his seat because he supported this bill. I think constituents, by and large, look at this legislation and think this could save lives. This is common sense.
Patty, county pulls money from sheriff after following the law named after a deputy. Doesn't seem like a headline that the Douglas County commissioners want to see, but one they seemingly welcome with these moves. Maybe it's just posturing, but what's your reaction?
Well, and then maybe Colorado AG weighs in and says you can't pull the money from the sheriff in your county. Shame on the Douglas County Commissioners. I mean, we are still seeing if this bill is going to go through. We have, by all accounts, it looks like it's going to, but to go against their sheriff and to go against a department that clearly has researched this, that has lived through the tragedy, that knows what a difference it might have made. You can understand some of the other counties that essentially have seceded from Colorado out in the Eastern Plains because of Mother Nature. I mean, the ones who are upset about oil and gas, the ones who are upset about red flag, they're gone. We can't get there anyway. They're cut off by snowfall and lack of highways. But Douglas County doesn't have that excuse. It just seemed the commissioners could have held onto their horses for a little bit, waited, seen how this came out of the legislature, and then maybe discussed with their sheriff how he was going to implement it. But it just looks very, very petty and odd.